My name is Maanasi Natarajan and I'm the editor-in-chief of the Voyager. Today I'm sitting here with Dominick Parungao, filmmaker and the mind behind the hit YouTube channel Maple Vision.
Hi.
So I'm going to be asking Dom a few questions today about how he got started in filmmaking and what his plans for the future are. So how did you become interested in and discover your passion for film and video making?
This was like third grade. Like, my dad, he had this Canon PowerShot, and he was like, "Hey, do you want to use it?" I was like, "Okay." So I just started playing around with it. I filmed like random skits. I filmed my family around the house. I filmed gaming videos. I put the camera on a tripod to record myself while playing video games. And at that point, it was kind of just like a hobby. I just did this for fun. I did this like every week, and there was a point in maybe 7th grade, where I was like, where I wanted to diversify myself into serious content. I wanted to make out scripts. I wanted to tell a story. I wanted to do narratives. And by that point, I had watched this YouTube channel. I don't know if you know what it is, Walkthrough Productions. Yeah. They created like romantic skits, dramatic skits, comedies, and I was heavily inspired by their film work and how in-depth their content actually was. And I wanted to make content like that, so they are a big inspiration to why I'm here doing films.
That's awesome. So that kind of ties into my next question, which is, who are some of your inspirations? I know you said Walkthrough Productions. Do you have any other people that you kind of look up to?
That come to mind. The best YouTubers for my inspiration are Walkthrough, because of how, like I said, in-depth their story narratives are, and how connected the entire universe is, how they bring it back to the beginning of each film. I don't know, their films are amazing, and they deserve more credit than they're getting right now. So.
Okay, so this is going to kind of go into your beginnings in YouTube.
Sure.
And how you got started in video making. So when did you start your YouTube channel?
In 4th grade, we had this little YouTube channel called Parody Station 2000. It was consisted of me and 3 other kids. One of them, my co-runner, Aiden Spence. He is one of the 2 main boys in the YouTube channel, and then 2 other kids, which I won't name them because they haven't been in the channel for years. But it started then because we wanted to make music video parodies. We enjoyed making spoofs of songs. So say it was like Firework, it would be like Teddy Graham or something. And I don't know, it just seemed really fun. And but 8th grade, like I said, we kind of diversified and started making serious content. So that's our humble beginnings.
So obviously you've been doing this for a pretty long time. So what is your favorite project that you've ever produced, or favorite video you've ever made?
Recently, we for 2 media class, we had to make a 20-minute project of just anything. So it was all individual. So what I decided to do, since I got to a point where I loved making music videos, I created this 4-part music video story where there were a group of 4 kids. I called it Repentance. A group of 4 kids, and they all had their own story within their music video. They all started out in this bubble tea spot, Bubblicious Lab. You should check it out. Shameless bragging, whatever. And they would all have their own separate story relating to regret. So one character, my friend Josh, he had regret based on family issues. Alexis regrets on her past relationship. Aiden regrets on sibling rivalry, and Calvin regret again with family. So that entire story is 20 minutes long, but they're all separate music videos, each pertaining to their own story, and they're all connected because they all happen on the same day, and I love that project so much. I could talk about that forever. But.
So you told us about your favorite project, which we will have linked down below in the description box, along with the link to Dom's YouTube channel.
Yes.
So what is your favorite part of the video making process? Is it the filming, the editing, what is it?
Well, I'm actually majoring in film, but one of the main things I want to do is cinematography. I love getting behind the camera and just getting perfect shots, like getting compositions of lighting and how shots look, where the subject is. I got myself into buying new lenses and just playing around with the camera when I go on like walks around Blueberry Hill or just going around the city. It's getting behind the camera and just filming and just getting that film done. I don't know, it's just like this feeling that I've never had before. and like just being behind that camera. I'm not an actor, so I like being behind the camera, and just being able to shoot what many movies are looking like. Like, I don't know if you've seen Black Mirror. That's one of my favorite cinematography pieces because like it's just shot so beautifully, and I want to get to a point where I can do that. Get to a point where I'm the one behind that famous movie lens.
That's awesome. So you said you want to pursue it long term, and you want to study film in college. So when did you realize that you wanted to pursue it long term? Was there like an epiphany like moment where you were like, I want to do this long?
So my mindset has always been, okay, if I do something for the next 40 years and I absolutely hate it, why am I here? You know? And from my point of view, I want to pursue a career that I absolutely love and I'm absolutely passionate about. And film has always been that thing, a passion for me. But up until maybe 10th grade, it's always been a hobby. I didn't really consider it that much until I got into junior year, where I started playing around with what colleges I wanted to go to and what could be future careers. I was going to be a nurse because that's the Filipino way,
yeah.
Right? And my parents kept on pushing me to that. They kept on pushing me to, my dad's a nurse, and my dad came from a line of nurses, and I would be next in line. So my parents would push me towards that, and I realized I had no interest in sciences or math or anything like that. So the only thing I was passionate about was film. And as I began making new projects, Metronome was one of them, Repentance was one of them, Revenge of the Sixth was a project that I worked so long on. My parents did see that that passion I had, and once I did convince them, they became very supportive of my journey, and that's when I knew that I could make a career out of this passion, and I'm fully putting my head. I'm getting my toes a little wet, but right now I want to take a dive. So.
That's awesome. What are some of your favorite types of movies to watch? So you've made a lot of these short films. You said you make a lot of music videos, and I've seen a lot of your stuff, obviously. And they always tend to be like really like suspenseful
Yeah.
like films. But like, what are your favorite types of things to watch yourself?
Well, call me a nerd, but I love watching like Marvel movies because they all have their form of storytelling and how they do it. But I genuinely gravitate towards dramatic types of films. Like, I like romantic rom-coms. I'm that kind of guy. It's fun. I also watching how do I put this? Action-based films. Like any form of storytelling. I don't have a favorite. I just kind of, as long as the story is there and the characters are well developed, I love that kind of movie. That's kind of it.
So what's the most difficult video you've ever had to make? So like, I know you make a lot of videos and you spend a lot of time on them. Just for like a little bit of a backstory, when Dom and I were in Spanish 2 honors together, we made a video for that
El amor
class.
secreto.
El amor secreto. And in that video, there's a scene in which Ronak and Dom fight with lightsabers in my backyard. And they were actually just fighting with like, what was it? Like,
It's a plastic lightsaber.
it was like a plastic lightsaber, and he
Like
made
buy
it
from
like
Target.
light up when he was editing it, and Miss Rena was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Going to that lightsaber effect, Revenge of the Sixth, it's a 7-minute Star Wars-based parody. It's one of my hardest working, one of the videos I've worked the hardest on, because I don't know if you know anything about the process, but say you have 1,000 frames of just lightsabers, and there's 2 lightsabers in each frame. So one frame out of the 1,000, you would have to mask a layer of white. Like, you would have to pinpoint 4 points onto one lightsaber 1,000 times. So that's only for one lightsaber. You do that again for a second lightsaber. I don't know if this is making any sense. It's a frame-by-frame type of editing style, and it's hard because you do have to mask that. I don't know if the audio listeners at home, but say the lightsaber is this. You would have to put a layer of white over that one lightsaber frame by frame for 1,000 frames.
So there's like not a way to streamline that. You have to do it for every single one.
It's manual. So
Oh wow.
So that 7-minute video took me 7 minutes to, or 7 minutes. The 7-minute video took me 2 months to create because of how there's 4 lightsabers in that video, and it's extremely hard to actually mask that. So that is the hardest project I've ever worked on.
So Dom, thank you so much for being here today.
I'm glad to be here. I'm honored.
All of Dom's stuff will be linked down below in the description box, and we'll probably put a link somewhere on the SoundCloud too. You guys should all really check out his stuff. I know he puts a ton of effort into his movies, and they're all really amazing, and you can see how much effort and time is put into it. So I really recommend everyone check it out. Thank you so much, Dom, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Goodbye, everyone.